Okay, so in today's video tutorial, right, so we're going to deal with this question, right, where we're going to write a console program that requests the user for a number and it displays the multiplication table for that number, right? So let's go to our Visual Studio, right? So what we're going to do, right, so first of all we're going to create a variable called num, which we're going to set as an integer, right, just like this. On the next line, right, so we're going to say, okay, console dot right right line, right? So right line, you are going to print something to the screen, a kind of like a message for the user to see. So it's going to be like this: enter a number, just like this, then you put a space. Then on the next line, right, we need to capture that number and store it into the variable num. So we're going to say, so num is equals to whatever is captured from the console screen from the console or the CMD is going to be read. It may be line by line until it gets a number. Okay, that it just captures a user input and store it in num, right, just like this. So after this, right, so we want to make our program nice and nice, right? So we're going to say console, okay, right line, right? So we're going to write something like, okay, this is a multiplication table. Okay, just like this, multiplication table. I think there's an error which I have to remove this other code. Multiplication table, right? Then we need to specify for which number, so we're going to use this. Okay, so that we'll be able to combine our string of texts and an integer. So going to, so num, so it's going, either the user is going to enter 5, so it's going to say, okay, multiplication table for 5, right? Then it's going to display below. But then, so for us, we're going to be using what a for loop. So we're going to read, let's say for a is equals to 0, so we're going to start from let's say 5 times 0 is equals to 0, 5 times 1 is equals to 1, maybe up to 10, right? So we're going to say for a is equals to 0 to 10, just like this. Then we go within the for loop. What do you want our for loop to do? We want our for loop to print something to the screen, right? Console right line. So the right line, it means each line it you write, it is going to skip to, it's going to go to the next, print a line and go to the next line, right? But if we just say write, it will just continue printing on one line, right, just like this. So now within this space, what we need to do, right, so we're going to say, okay, program, this is what you need to do. Okay, so we are going to capture information and then display, then we are going to print an X so that it will stand for a multiplication sign. Then we are going to display another a number. After displaying another number, then we are going to have an equal sign, and then we are going to display the another number which will be on 2, position 2. But now after the comma, now we want to to tell the program, all right, on 0 we need to print the number, to print the value of num. Then on position 1, right, we will need to what, to print a value of a, so that you can start from 0. So a for the on the first run it will be 0, or the next run it will be 1, so it will be changing, right? This will be on the first, it will be like 5 times 0, 5 times 1, 5 times 2, and it continues. Then on this one, right, we need to, what do we need our program to do? So we need to, okay, to multiply a num times a. So we're going to say, okay, let me just put in brackets, right? I just like put in brackets so that it will look nice. And we're going to put our multiplication sign, which is a string or a star. Yeah, then we're going to multiply it by a, just like this. Then on the next line, right, okay, since our program have created our next sign, so for this, what will happen next? So next, there's nothing which you need to do unless you just need to what, to, it's okay, let me just, we need to just read key, console read key, just like this. Okay, then you are good to go. Is it correct here, or I have placed it where it need not to be. Let me see, console, okay, dot read. Okay, I should have placed it here. Now let's compare, or let's I'm used to C++. Let's start by debugging. Okay, let's wait for it. There's no errors, right? So this is good. Okay, our program requests us to enter a number. Let's enter 5. Then as you can see, our program have made a multiplication table for 5, then it have printed everything. So guys, I just want to thank you for watching this video. If this was useful for you, please do what you do. If this video was not, make sure you place a comment so that I understand where you need help. So guys, thank you for watching. Cheers, bye for now. This is Mbonesum Tunes signing out.